Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Jeffries from Copper Aesthetics and Plastic Surgery in Northern Michigan, Petoskey and Traverse City. I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about, I'm following up on a previous video about mini. What does mini mean in plastic surgery? And I want to address facelift, okay, because that's a specific one where people come in and say, I want the mini lift. I'm going to use this. This is called Touch MD. This has been very, very helpful for us to describe what we're talking about. And I like to use these pictures because we can draw on them. Okay, most people come in for facelift want to talk about jowls and neck skin excess. So basically lower face. There are things you can do up here too, but largely these days, those are being handled by fillers, things like Sculptra. So now, how do we address this area, and can we do it in mini fashion, which, as I said in the previous video, that's a bit of plastic surgery marketing. What does mini mean? Well, in the case of the facelift, classically, the incision pattern can be up in the hairline or in front of the hairline in the temporal hair here. And so that would be in front of the ear and down around to the earlobe. That incision creates a scar, but it can actually access most of the cheek and down pretty far into the neck. So that would be an area of the skin that we're undermining, meaning lifting it up and then addressing the deeper layers. Now, mini typically then would stop at the earlobe. That allows us to lift the excess skin the way you would in the mirror. And as you see a wave of skin building, we're going to remove that excess and sew things up when we're all done. And that means that you can bring that vector, the skin movement, in essentially this direction. However, when somebody presents with more skin at the chin or in the neck, whether or not we liposuction it and do muscle tightening in that area, we might want to remove more of that skin. And so it's very helpful to have an additional vector to work with. And so I'll like to pull that back behind the ear, which is a classic full pattern facelift.